The Cow in Patrick O'Shanahan's Kitchen by Diana Pritchard. Patrick O'Shanahan dragged his feet to the kitchen for another boring breakfast. Yawn. He didn't see it at first, but it was definitely there. A cow was in the kitchen. Patrick stared at the cow. The cow stared back. Patrick's father strode into the kitchen. Patrick expected him to scream and shout, but he did nothing. "How about world-famous French toast for breakfast, Patty?" Patrick's jaw dropped. "I guess so. We'll need 3 eggs. Patrick rummaged in the refrigerator. He looked beside the apples and pushed aside the ranch dressing. He peered behind the orange juice and... With eyes as big as dinner plates, Patrick peered back into the refrigerator. An egg sat on the shelf right where the chicken had been, and behind it perched 2 more fluffy, feathery chickens. Patrick's hand trembled as he passed the warm brown egg to his father. "Tap, tap, crack. 1, his father sang. Patrick reached for the second chicken and then the third. He gently lifted their feathers. "Ba-gah!" Tap, tap, crack. 2, his father sang, and 3. The last egg plopped into the bowl. "Now," his father added, "milk." The cow stepped in front of the refrigerator. "Excuse me," whispered Patrick. Drip, drip, splat. The cow slobbered on the floor. "Excuse me," Patrick said a little louder. The cow chewed its cud. Patrick climbed under the cow. He had a hunch, so he grabbed the measuring cup and gently squeezed one of the long pink teats dangling from the udder. Warm, frothy milk squirted into the cup. Patrick proudly handed the milk to his father, who added it to the eggs and began to whisk. Careful not to step on the chickens or bump into the cow, Patrick toted a stack of plates, pair of glasses, and handful of silverware to the table. "Don't forget the syrup," his father called. "We can't have French toast without syrup." Patrick searched high and low. He scoured the pantry from front to back, but the syrup was nowhere to be found. When he looked back into the kitchen, tall trees with long bare branches filled the room from wall to wall. Something sticky trickled down their trunks. The cow slurped its long tongue up and down one of the trees. Patrick watched closely. The cow gave him an idea. Patrick licked the tree and grinned from ear to ear. "It's syrup! It's syrup!" he shouted at the cow. A tiny spigot halfway up the trunk dripped syrup. Patrick shoved a jar under the stream and filled it to the top. He took it to the table where his father was waiting with the tallest stack of world-famous French toast he'd ever seen. Patrick poured the syrup over his French toast, and the trees began to shrink. He took a bite. A chicken disappeared. By the time Patrick had eaten through his stack of French toast, even the cow was gone. The next morning, when Patrick woke up, he could barely contain his excitement. He jumped out from under the covers. Wild ideas of where today's food would come from danced through his head. But as Patrick raced to the kitchen for another amazing breakfast, something stopped him in his tracks. Did he smell bacon? Oink!